For continuing to listen to the We've Been Drinking MMA podcast. I'm Lousy with Backhand over there predicting UFC on ESPN Sanhagen Vera. And this is the co-main event. This is former champion Holly Holm versus Yana Santos at 135 pounds. For me, I'm giving a slight edge towards Holly Holm, but she's minus 240. She's 41 years old. Is that right, man? She's 41? 41 years old, and that's just something where I'm like, minus 240. She just lost to the person that Yana beat 2 fights ago. So for me, I feel like Holly's going to win, but it's going to be another boring little, I think it's going to go all 3 rounds. So I'm going to bet a small bet on going the distance and then live bet the fight.
For me, I think Holly Holm is a better fighter, but with a 10-year age gap, that's a problem. Or what is it? 8-year age gap. My bad. So 41 for a woman fighter, it's good. Even though she has more talent, I'm going with Yana. Even though I think Holly's a better fighter. Holly's a kickboxer that has patience. She does not throw a ridiculous amount because of her style. But when she does throw, it's going to hit. So, I don't know. I think Yana's going to win this fight, but it's going to be close.
So for me, Yana is a person who tries to take it to the ground. She doesn't mind grappling the whole fight. She showed that against in her second to last fight with Caitlin Vieira. And it was Caitlin Vieira took her down for round 1 and round 3. Yana took Caitlin down for round 2, but round 1 she actually landed more strikes, and that's why she won round 1 and I think 2. And she ended up winning. And then Holly fought the same woman in her last fight, Caitlin Vieira, and Holly lost a split decision. It was a close fight, but again, it was a lot of grappling and made it messy. And Caitlin can strike too, and Holly doesn't go for takedowns, so. Kind of Caitlin had that edge with the takedowns and the striking. But Holly really did show that she could get up off the ground really quickly, and, she looked good in the fight. And the funny thing is, I don't know if I've ever seen this. So Caitlin Vieira is their common opponent. Holly just lost to her, and Yana beat Caitlin 2 fights ago. And then Yana Santos, she's the opponent of Holly Holm in this fight. Yana Santos' last fight, she lost by TKO to Irene Aldana. And Holly Holm just beat Irene Aldana 2 fights ago. So they both have the last 2 fights the same 2 common opponents. I don't know if I've ever seen this. It's hilarious. Yeah,
but fighting is not a math problem. So A plus B does not mean equals C. So, right. But if you are just going to go by matchups and who they fought, they both actually fought some bangers. Mm-hmm. And they both fought bangers at the same time that they were fighting. So, but age is a huge difference. And if you just go by off of age, you're going to go with Yana.
Yeah, for me, I do think Holly has the edge just because she showed that she can get up really, really well versus Caitlin. She's getting better at that, even though she's 41 years old. Hard to make a case for a 41-year-old because Yana is only 33. But Holly really showed she could get off the ground really quickly from the takedown. And Yana and Caitlin were pretty equal on the takedowns. Caitlin actually had more takedowns and controlled Yana for more of their fight together 2 fights ago. So Holly can get off the ground. Holly's got the better jab, better punching, of course, because she's a former Hall of Fame boxer. She's a boxing legend. And then her leg kicks are...
Stop me if I'm wrong. Is she undefeated boxer? I think she might be.
I'll have to look that up. She could be. She actually could be. I mean.
So, I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah. If you go, like, where am I going to go for you? I fought everybody.
Yeah.
So, I'll go to UFC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes, there's not enough money in boxing for her right now.
It's too easy.
Let's go to UFC. Maybe it'll blow up. I don't know. I feel like getting a belt. I feel like getting a belt in a new sport. It's crazy. She's going to be a Hall of Famer. Everyone talks about who's the best combat, sports athlete of all time. Some people think Henry Cejudo. Some people think, whoever, because he's got wrestling, gold medal, plus it's Holly Holm. Holly Holm She knocked out the pound for pound queen, Ronda Rousey, and got the belt here in UFC. And she's a Hall of Famer in boxing with like 9 title defenses. Yeah. She's a Hall of Famer in boxing and UFC. Yeah. Does not happen. People say wrestling is the hardest sport. I don't know, maybe, but I'm thinking that boxing is very difficult because you have to be ridiculously in shape. Yeah. You see them in the corner, they don't even drink the water, right? They give the water, they spit it out. They don't need it. They're in such good shape. They just want to wet the mouth, you know? In UFC, they're actually drinking water. So I'm just saying, what's harder, boxing or UFC? I'll say boxing is more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, cardio-wise. But like...
UFC is more exciting.
Win or lose, do you think this is Holly Holm's last fight?
I'd like to see her go out on a win, just because it's like as she ages, she's gonna lose that step. She's gonna lose that mind body connection, and I don't want to see her get hurt. Yana's not the girl to hurt her. That's why I kind of like a live bet, or going the distance is a great bet for this fight, and that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm doing a small bet for going the distance all 3 rounds. And because Holly's not going to really finish Yana. Yana did get finished in her last fight. That's why I'm a little bit kind of weary, and that's why I'm doing a small bet. And then just live bet it is what I'm going to think about doing. Hopefully Yana wins the first round because she's younger, and then bet Holly later maybe.
I'm just going Yana because of the age difference, but Yana for the win. Thanks, everybody.